Today, it's easy to assume that the way of life in modern civilizations is far removed from that of the past. However, it might surprise you to learn that many ancient civilizations and tribes, thought to have vanished, are not only still in existence, but also fiercely resistant to modern society. Some of these groups have remained so isolated and hostile to outside contact to the extent that everyone who saw them disappeared without trace. Join us as we explore the top 20 most dangerous tribes in the world. Number 19. Sentinelese. North Sentinel Island, situated in the Bay of Bengal, is home to the Sentinelese, one of the world's most enigmatic and isolated tribes. Shielded by stringent Indian laws, the island is a sanctuary for the Sentinelese, who have made it clear that they wish to remain undisturbed by outsiders. The exact number of Sentinelese is uncertain, with estimates ranging from about 80 to 500, and some suggest there may be as few as 15. The island's isolation and the tribe's secrecy have made it challenging to gather detailed information. In 1967, anthropologist Tien Pandit made one of the rare successful contacts with the Sentinels. He observed their simple lifestyle, noting that they live in lean-to huts with slanted roofs arranged in small clusters. Their diet includes fruits, tubers, turtle and seagull eggs, and small game such as wild pigs and birds. Skilled hunters, they use bows, arrows, spears, and knives. However, they are known for their hostility toward outsiders, and any approach to their territory is met with aggressive resistance. Their reputation as one of the world's most dangerous tribes was highlighted in 2018 when John Allen Chow, a 26-year-old missionary, attempted to contact them. Despite being aware of the risks, Chow sought to convert the Sentinelese to Christianity. His intrusion led to a tragic outcome. He was killed by the tribe in their determined effort to protect their isolation. The Sentinelese continue to uphold their traditions and remain untouched by modern advancements, preserving a way of life that has persisted for centuries. Number 18. Asmat Tribe. Hidden deep within the heart of Papua Guinea in Indonesia lies the infamous Asmat tribe, once feared for their cannibalistic practices. The Asmat are not just a small group, but a vast community spread across over 9,000 square miles in the southwestern part of New Guinea. With a population of more than 65,000, they live in villages that can hold up to 2,000 people each. For many years, the Asmat tribe remained isolated from the rest of the world, fiercely defending their territory from outsiders. Anyone who dared to approach was often met with a violent response, making contact nearly impossible. One of the most chilling tales linked to this tribe is the mysterious disappearance of Michael Rockefeller, the 23-year-old son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller. In November of 1961, Michael set out on a daring journey that ended tragically when his boat was caught in treacherous waters. While the official story claims he drowned, rumors persist that the Asmat tribe captured and killed him, possibly consuming his remains, a story that, though unconfirmed, continues to haunt many. But Asmat's fearsome reputation doesn't end there. They were once notorious headhunters, collecting the skulls of their enemies as trophies. These skulls, stripped and decorated, were more than just war prizes. They were believed to grant spiritual power and were even used as pillows. The more skulls a warrior had, the higher his status within the tribe. This brutal practice was deeply ingrained in their culture and shaped the social hierarchy for generations. Today, however, the Asmat have left behind their cannibalistic and headhunting traditions, recognizing the cruelty of such practices. They have also become more open to contact with the outside world, a shift that has greatly influenced their development. Beyond their bloody past, the Asmat people are renowned for their incredible craftsmanship. Their belief that they emerged from wood is reflected in their deep reverence for trees and their mastery of wood carving. Their intricate sculptures are celebrated worldwide, featured in art shows and museums, showcasing a culture that, despite its dark history, has endured and evolved over time. Number 17. Agori Tribe. The Agori tribe, with a history stretching back over 1,000 years, practices some of the most shocking rituals you can imagine. Followers of a Hindu sect known as the Holy Men, the Agori seek to achieve fearlessness through methods that might make even the toughest person shiver. Their extreme path to enlightenment stands in sharp contrast to mainstream Hindu beliefs, earning them a fearsome reputation across India. The Agori worship deities like Shiva and Shakti, gods of destruction, and Kali, the goddess of death. This connection to the dark side of spirituality explains why they often live near cremation grounds, cemeteries, or in the cold caves of the Himalayas, dense jungles of Bengal, and hot deserts of Gujarat. One of their most infamous practices is ritual cannibalism. They don't kill people, but they do consume the raw flesh of bodies that are meant for cremation. To them, fears and taboos are mere illusions that block spiritual growth. They believe there's no real difference between good and evil, and eating human flesh is just another way to subdue their ego, much like how people eat animals. Living in extreme poverty and often unsanitary conditions, the Agori have turned to these practices as a way of coping with their harsh reality. They wear minimal clothing, sometimes just a loincloth or nothing at all, to reject materialism and overcome shame. Their bodies are smeared with ashes from cremated remains, following the example of Shiva. They even use skulls as bowls, a symbol of their rejection of conventional norms. To outsiders, the Agori's way of life might seem like madness. Yet for them, it's a serious spiritual path, where boundaries between good and bad are blurred, and the search for enlightenment leads them to live in ways that most would find unimaginable. Number 16. Korawai Tribe. This tribe remained unknown to the world until the 1970s. Before then, they thought they were the only people on Earth. They had no contact with the outside world, and even now, many Korawai have never seen a white-skinned person. But what really stands out about the Korawai is their incredible skill in building tree houses, tall enough to rival the height of a high-rise building. These huts are made on stilts, with roofs made from giant palm leaves. The only way up is by climbing wooden ladders. Each hut is attached to a massive banyan tree, offering a spacious, cozy, and dry shelter that doesn't even need air conditioning. However, the greatest threat to these sky-high dwellings is fire. The Korawai have ingeniously addressed this danger by designing specialized fire pits to prevent flames from spreading to the trees. While their architectural skills are impressive, their belief system is equally fascinating. The Korawai hold strong beliefs in supernatural forces, such as demons and evil spirits. If a tribe member was believed to be possessed by a demon, the Korawai thought they must kill and consume that person to protect the rest of the community. Number 15. Nenets. The Nenets are renowned reindeer herders inhabiting one of the planet's most extreme climates. Their homeland, the Yamal Peninsula, translates to the end of the world in their language, reflecting its remote and icy expanse that stretches deep into the Arctic Circle. Despite facing the relentless challenges of climate change and modern encroachment, the Nenets remain dedicated to their time-honored traditions. Each year, they undertake an arduous migration, guiding vast herds of reindeer between winter and summer pastures. This journey spans thousands of kilometers and involves crossing frozen rivers in temperatures that can drop to 50 degrees below zero. Cold so severe it feels like it could freeze the very blood in your veins. For the Nenets, reindeer are indispensable, serving as a source of clothing, food, and livelihood. Their relationship with these animals is deeply spiritual. The Nenets believe that reindeer offer themselves to humans in exchange for protection from predators. To the Nenets, reindeer are more than mere animals. They are revered as sacred beings, central to their culture and existence. Number 14. Mentawai Tribe. In the remote corners of Indonesia, there's a tribe where beauty is measured by something quite different, a smile filled with sharp, pointed teeth. For the women of this tribe, having teeth that resemble a shark's is the ultimate standard of beauty. To achieve this look, they willingly undergo a painful procedure where their teeth are chipped and shaped without any anesthesia. It's a process that might sound terrifying, but for these women, it's a proud tradition, because as they say, beauty often comes with pain. But there's more to this tribe than just their unique smiles. They have a deep respect for nature and animals, making sure not to cut down trees or harm animals unless absolutely necessary. Their connection to the environment is strong, and they live by the principle of taking only what they need. Despite their remote location and ancient traditions, they're incredibly welcoming to visitors, always eager to share their culture and way of life with those who come to learn. Number 13. Yali Tribe. High in the mountains, at an incredible 16,400 feet above sea level, lives the Yali tribe, deep within the jungles of Papua New Guinea. Unlike many other tribes, the Yali are fiercely protective of their land and prefer to keep strangers at bay. Everyone who saw them disappeared without a trace, and this makes them one of the most powerful tribes in the world. If you're a researcher or a tourist hoping to visit, prepare yourself for a tough journey. The trek through the dense jungle and steep climbs is only the beginning. The Yali have also set traps along the way to keep intruders out, making the trek even more dangerous. Reaching the Yali is no small feat, and even if you do, you'll need a bit of luck on your side. These people are known for their fierce reputation, and many believe they were once among the last tribes to practice cannibalism. Though recent reports suggest that the Yali are slowly changing their ways, possibly moving away from such practices, they remain a mystery. The tribe has become slightly more open to contact with outsiders and has even stopped warring with neighboring tribes, but they are still considered one of the most dangerous groups in Papua New Guinea. Number 12. Q'ero Tribe. In the high Andes of South America, the Q'ero tribe represents the last living connection to the ancient Incan civilization. The Incas were known for their sophisticated culture and built an empire that rivaled the splendor of ancient Egypt. Today, the Q'ero, who inhabit the central west coast, are the largest group still fluent in the Quechua language. They reside in a breathtaking landscape of mountains, deserts, and coastal regions where they uphold a peaceful and traditional way of life. The Q'ero are renowned for their resilience and profound dedication to their heritage. They cultivate their own potatoes, raise alpacas, and are celebrated for their masterful weaving. Living at an altitude of 14,500 feet, they dwell in modest stone houses, far removed from modern amenities and healthcare. Despite these hardships, the Q'ero have managed to preserve their cultural identity through countless generations. Their spiritual life is equally profound. The tribe's shamans, known as Pacos, are believed to possess the ability to heal both physical and spiritual ailments. The Q'ero draw their strength from nature, a practice that has been at the heart of their culture for centuries. Number 11. Kazakh Nomads. Have you ever heard of people who hunt with eagles? The Kazakh nomads, living in the wild and open lands of Mongolia, have been doing this for centuries. Imagine a vast, rugged terrain where the sky seems to stretch on forever. That's where these incredible people live. But it's not just the landscape that's amazing. The way they hunt is something truly special. For generations, the Kazakhs have trained eagles to hunt alongside them. It might sound unbelievable, but it's a big part of their way of life. The bond between a hunter and their eagle is strong, built over years of careful training and trust. When they head out to hunt, the teamwork between them is like a well-rehearsed dance. The eagle learns to follow commands, spot prey, and bring it back to the hunter. But there's a catch. When the eagles grow older and it's time for them to start their own families, the Kazakhs release them back into the wild. Most eagles stay with their human partners for about 6 or 7 years before they're set free to continue their natural lives. Today, as the modern world creeps in, this ancient practice is slowly fading away. Yet there are still some Kazakhs who are deeply committed to keeping this tradition alive, holding on to a unique way of life that connects them to the land and to these majestic birds. Number 10. Chimbu Skeleton Tribe. Meet the Chimbu people from the heart of Papua New Guinea, known for their striking and fearsome traditional costumes. These costumes make them look like skeletons, and there's a reason for that. Legend has it that long ago, the Chimbu were threatened by a forest demon. To protect themselves, they started dressing as spirits of death, and the result is a look that's both intimidating and unique. Imagine the shock of the first Christian missionaries who saw them in 1934. The Chimbu's battle paint is so lifelike, it could give anyone chills. Both men and women wear these costumes, with only the smallest designs for children. Chimbu families have a unique setup. They are monogamous, but the husband doesn't live in the same house as his wife and children. Pigs play an important role too. They're kept for big feasts that happen every few years. These feasts are massive events where thousands of people gather, and they often serve as a time for matchmaking. Today, the Chimbu still wear their skeleton costumes during these public feasts. While their traditional rituals have become part of the celebrations, the art of painting these eerie designs is carefully passed down from father to son, keeping their ancient traditions alive. Number 9. Bajau Tribe. Imagine a tribe that spends nearly their entire lives on the water. The Bajau people, often referred to as sea gypsies. Originating from Borneo, they live on small boats, seldom straying far from the ocean. For the Bajau, the sea is their world. They even revere it as a goddess. From a young age, Bajau children are taught to swim, and they grow up to become exceptional swimmers and divers, effortlessly diving up to 20 meters deep. Their bodies have adapted to their aquatic lifestyle, with slightly flatter legs that enhance their swimming ability, and their underwater vision surpasses that of most people. Despite steering clear of modern civilization, the Bajau are known for their friendliness, warm hospitality, and cheerful nature. However, many of them face challenges like poverty and limited access to education, depending on their unique sea-based way of life to sustain themselves. Number 8. Naga Tribe. In the mist-covered mountains of Nagaland, nestled between the vast river valleys of northwestern India and the dense jungles of western Myanmar, resides the Naga tribe. Renowned as the last of the headhunters, the Naga have a history that is both captivating and formidable. While the origins of their headhunting practices remain unclear, by the early 1800s, when British explorers arrived, this tradition was deeply ingrained in their culture. In fact, possessing a human head was once a prerequisite for a man to marry. This practice was not merely about violence. It was believed that acquiring a head would ensure bountiful crops and the overall prosperity of the community. The Naga tribes, which number between 16 and 20 and total around 3 million people, were frequently involved in intense conflicts. The act of headhunting was intertwined with a broader belief system, where such actions were considered essential for maintaining health and ensuring the tribe's well-being. Although India banned headhunting in the late 1940s after gaining independence, the practice resurfaced briefly in the 1990s due to a major land dispute. During this period, some headhunters wore skulls as necklaces to display their bravery, and their elaborate tattoos chronicled their achievements. The more tattoos a warrior had, the greater the respect he commanded for the number of skulls he had claimed. Fortunately, headhunting is now a relic of the past. Today, the Naga people live in relative peace and harmony. They embrace external influences while steadfastly preserving their rich cultural heritage and traditions. Number 7. Surma tribe. In the remote areas of southern Ethiopia and Sudan, the Surma tribe leads a life steeped in tradition. Once nomadic, they now stay close to home, focusing on cattle herding and grain cultivation. Among their most notable customs are their intense stick-fighting contests. These matches, though vigorous, are more about demonstrating skill than causing harm. Unmarried men participate with hardwood poles, and the victor earns the right to select a bride from among a group of eligible women. The Surma women are equally remarkable for their distinctive beauty practices. They adorn themselves with large lip plates, a tradition that involves gradually stretching their lips to achieve impressive sizes. In Surma culture, a larger lip plate signifies a higher value for the bride, with some reaching the equivalent of 50 heads of cattle. This striking custom attracts global attention, making these women a focal point for curious visitors. Despite their remote location, the Surma tribe steadfastly preserves their unique cultural heritage and traditions. Number 6. Pirahã tribe. Deep in the heart of Brazil, the Pirahã tribe inhabits a world entirely their own, perceiving life in a manner that is distinctly different from most. This tribe is not just isolated from the outside world. They experience it in fundamentally different ways. For instance, the Pirahã do not use numbers. Rather than counting, they use terms like many and few, making traditional arithmetic concepts irrelevant to them. The concept of time is foreign to the Pirahã. They do not recognize days, nights, hours, or minutes. Instead, they live fully in the present moment, embracing life as it unfolds. Their approach to sleep reflects their unique perspective. They typically sleep only 20 to 30 minutes at a time, believing that prolonged sleep weakens the body and brings one closer to death. In Pirahã culture, dreams and reality hold equal significance. Their social structure is as unconventional as their beliefs. There is no hierarchy and no crime. Every 7 years, tribe members even change their names, emphasizing their focus on living joyfully in the moment and causing no harm to others. The Pirahã tribe truly exemplifies a lifestyle dedicated to enjoying the present and finding happiness in the now. Before we move on, here is today's subscriber's pick. These are the mud people of Papua New Guinea, known for their strikingly eerie appearance, which evokes the haunting look of skeletons. Their distinctive masks and ritual dances have earned them a reputation worldwide for their chilling aesthetic. The tribe resides in small villages near the Asaro River. Despite their relatively small size, their society is divided into multiple clans, each with its own dialect. To navigate these linguistic differences, they heavily rely on ritual dances, where body language conveys their stories. The origins of their fearsome clay masks are rooted in legend. According to the tale, when a neighboring tribe attempted an attack, the mud people sought refuge by the river. When they emerged, their bodies were covered in white clay from the river's muddy banks. Everyone who saw them disappeared without a trace, believing they had encountered the most dangerous tribe in the world. Since that day, these masks have become a powerful weapon against intruders and are an essential part of their ceremonies and festivals. Each mask is crafted with unique features like horns, tusks, and bamboo extended fingers that resemble predatory claws. When these masked figures encircle you, the first thought that comes to mind isn't cultural exchange, it's survival. Number 5. Mats's tribe. On the border between Peru and Brazil, deep within the Amazon rainforest, the Mats's tribe lives in relative isolation. numbering around 2,000 individuals. Their distinctive appearance is marked by thin sticks protruding from their noses, resembling whiskers and giving them a unique look. Reaching their village is no small feat. It requires a 2-day boat journey downstream. This remote location has allowed the Matses to maintain their traditional way of life over the centuries. The Matses possess an extensive knowledge of plants, utilizing almost all of them for traditional medicine. They manage their land with great care to prevent resource depletion, skillfully balancing soil fertility and animal populations. The Galvez and Javari rivers are crucial to their daily life, providing water, fish, and meat. Their diet is largely organic, with a bounty of fruits and successfully cultivated vegetables. A distinctive feature of their diet is chapo, a spicy drink made from boiled bananas. They also employ a unique remedy involving a green tree frog. The frog's secretion is applied to wooden sticks, which are then used to administer the liquid into the skin. This process induces temporary dizziness and nausea, but ultimately boosts energy and enhances hunting abilities, leaving the user revitalized for days. The Matses also communicate with plants and animals, believing these entities possess spirits. They believe that negotiating with these spirits can aid in healing the human body. Despite their isolation, the Matses have successfully adapted to their environment and continue to thrive. Number 4. Kalash Tribe. Imagine a tribe that defies traditional expectations. Meet the Kalash, a community that stands out in striking contrast to the typical tribal image. Instead of the usual spears and war paint, the Kalash bring a refreshing twist to tribal life. First, their diversity is remarkable. Among the Kalash, you might see faces reminiscent of people from India, the Middle East, or even Europe. Their daily life is equally distinctive. Men manage the fields and hunt, while women oversee the household. What's truly remarkable is that Kalash women are notably independent and play a significant role in community decisions, a rarity in many traditional societies. Situated high in the mountains, the Kalash engage in farming, cattle raising, and hunting small game. Their history adds another layer of intrigue. They claim descent from Alexander the Great's soldiers, who ventured into their region centuries ago. While this legend may not align with modern scientific views, it enhances the mystique surrounding their culture. The Kalash are not just another tribe, they are a fascinating blend of tradition and enigma, living life on their own terms. Number 3. Huarani Tribe. In the heart of the Amazon jungle, the Huarani tribe lives as if untouched by modern times. Approximately 4,000 Huarani people inhabit the dense forests of eastern Ecuador, maintaining a way of life deeply rooted in their ancient environment. One striking feature of the Huarani is their extra fingers and toes. These additional digits enhance their ability to climb trees, an essential skill in their arboreal world. Their toes are perfectly adapted to gripping branches, serving as a living link to their primitive ancestry. The Huarani speak a language that is a complete enigma to outsiders. It stands alone, unrelated to any known language, making their origins difficult to trace. This linguistic isolation reflects their broader preference for staying apart from the outside world. When American missionaries attempted to make contact in the 1950s, they were met with a hostile reception of spears. Their hunting techniques are equally intriguing. They use blowpipes armed with poison curare to paralyze monkeys, making them easier to catch. Their specially adapted feet facilitate effortless climbing of palm trees. Remarkably, despite their advanced hunting prowess, the Huarani do not hunt parrots. Instead, they keep these vibrant birds as pets. In an era of rapid change, the Huarani tribe remains a vivid testament to an ancient and enduring way of life. Number 2. Yaifo Tribe. In the remote jungles of Papua New Guinea, The Yifo tribe lives in total isolation from modern society. Nestled along crocodile-infested rivers in the East Sepik region, they have maintained their traditional way of life for centuries, free from roads and technology. The Yifo remained unknown until explorer Benedict Allen, at age 26, first made contact with them. His 1987 book, Into the Crocodile's Nest, describes his initial warm welcome, followed by a brutal 6-week initiation involving beatings, force-feeding, and bamboo cuts, which left him scarred and severely bloodied. In 2017, at 57, Allen returned to their jungle home, this time vanishing off the grid with a message saying, "Do not find me." After weeks of global concern, he was found near an airstrip in Enga province. Allen's daring encounters have shed light on the Yifo, prompting respectful efforts to explore their culture while preserving their ancient traditions. Number 1. Red People. Himba. In northern Namibia, the Himba tribe, with a population of around 50,000, continues to flourish despite the harsh environment and historical challenges. Renowned for their striking beauty and unique customs, Himba women often appear in popular magazines, embodying a look that combines tradition with elegance. The Himba are semi-nomadic, living in isolated areas where their way of life has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Their culture is marked by meticulous grooming and distinctive body art. Despite the name Himba, which means beggars, the tribe takes immense pride in their heritage and appearance. Himba women apply a mixture of red ochre and fat to their skin, creating a rich reddish tone that serves both as a protective layer and a beauty symbol. This tradition is passed down through generations. Teen girls style their hair into 2 pigtails, while married women dye their braids with ochre. Men enhance their unique look with elaborate turbans. Although they have access to modern conveniences, the Himba are committed to preserving their cultural identity. They navigate the balance between tradition and modernity, ensuring their distinctive charm and independence remain intact. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.